Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning business training for April 23rd. And this is a very exciting day because this is release number three for HX2O. And those of you that are in the have yourself in the waiting list, um, I correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is at 10 o'clock Mountain Time and 1 hour from now the gates will open and they'll, and first come, first serve, people that are on the wait list, getting, ordering their water machine. So it's going to be a good day today. So, and I just heard from a reliable source, my wife, that it was 10 o'clock tonight, so today. So translate that to your time zone. And if you got people in the queue waiting to place an order, they need to have their clock, their alarm set for, 8:59 and be ready to place their order because I guess last week they cleared out. I heard it was 37 minutes. They sold out all available product. And they're building up, and we're going to see more and more on a weekly basis. So this is just the first initial thrust. So we're just so excited to have so many of you getting your water machines, seeing what's happening to people's volumes and their checks, and this is very, very exciting. So, with that being said, today our plan is to kind of do some highlights from some of the folks that were in attendance at the boot camp in Dallas. It was a fabulous training. The company's put together a really solid structure and woven field leaders into all of it. So the trainings were primarily all done by field leaders, but it was in the logical sequence of the company's onboarding and light, acronym, which is uh, open my book to make sure I don't goof it up. List, invite, give value, help them enroll, and track your progress. And we're we're in the process of modifying our 5-step plan, proven plan of action, which was, connect, peak, point, follow up, enroll. We're going to morph that into the company structure very soon. So there's not two different ways. So, there's one way of getting started. And and it'll be the same way because that system was developed when the company looked at all of the key leader organizations, what they were doing. We're all doing basically the same thing. And some of you heard me give the analogy, it's like football, passing, catching, blocking, tackling, and running. That's what everybody does. Now, there's a lot more to that strategy that goes on, in the locker room and in the huddle, but everybody's doing the same basic things. And I think everything that all of us do fits in that nice LIGHT because we are all about the light. We, be the light, share the light, and now we teach the light. We teach the light system. So at boot camp, it started out, and before the company training goes into light, they acknowledged what we all know to be true. First the why, then the how. Because I found out over the years, if you too quickly start teaching somebody the how, if you don't know their why, you might be wasting your time and theirs. So if the why's not big enough, you know, pause and schedule it down the road. But I've also found if the why is big enough, people will gobble it up and get out of the way. So uh, uh, Janine did a wonderful job talking about why people join. And I think it's important when a new person is joining your team, when you're beginning that onboarding training, you want to find out why they're joining it. What's in it for them? Is it, to get their finances above board? Is it to, health and share the health? Is it wealth and create the wealth? Is it, you know, college savings for their kids? Is it, to add to the family income? It's important to know their reasons why. So once you know the reasons why, you can then begin to help them set some realistic goals based on their capacity, their ability, their commitment, which supports the reason. And don't accept that it's, I need more money. Well, why? In addition to that is a nice way of putting that. In addition to wanting to increase your monthly income, you know, what are you seeking to achieve? Because there's a reason for that money. Okay. And that's where it's really important. So I'm not going to bog down too long on that because we could speak for the next hour about the why. And at some point this year, in the near distant future, you've heard Rob and I talk about the 10 master skills. I'll give you all a sneak preview of the cover of the book. Can you see that? 10 master skills and simple steps to networking marketing success. And guess what master skill is number one? It's dream building. It's the why. It's you got to find out what's their dreams, their needs, their aspirations, and then you're connecting. So that's really where you connect and lay the foundation for what we all hope to be is a long-term, mutually rewarding relationship based on helping them get where they want to go, not where you want them to go, or not where you need them to go. So with that being said, when we jump into the light system, list, invite, give value, help them enroll, and track progress. Janet, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're going to kick it off with the list. Is that right?
Yes, Gregory, we're going to jump in on the list, the
Yay.
Ellen the light system. So, good morning, everybody. Wonderful to have you here. It's such an exciting time with it. So, I would like to say, what if I told you the single most valuable asset you have in your life with business is something you already have? And you're like, okay, it's not your experience, it's not really your skills, it's not even your confidence. Although those are important, but the greatest asset we all have is the relationships we already have. So every conversation begins with a name. Every customer begins with a name. Every leader in your organization is beginning with a name, right? Okay. So the first thing we need to do is build a list. Makes sense. So grab a notebook or the Build Your List worksheet that's in your back office. And let's start. First of all, family. Okay, put down your mother, your father, your in-laws, your grandparents, children, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, anybody in your family, right? But some people are saying like, well, Janet, I don't want to involve my family. That's not the point. The point is just get their names on the paper, okay? We're starting to ride the bike, right? Don't prejudge anybody, don't decide for them, just start writing their names. Okay. When you do it, it kind of triggers the brain for more names and associations. You're like, oh, that's right, they know so and so. And it starts to expand your list. You're like, oh, my cousin knows blah, 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 right? Okay, now you're going to go get your address books, your email contact list, your cell phone list, your holiday card list, wedding, birthday, business cards, social media, run through Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Let's just keep writing, 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 right? You might know people who are in networking organizations. You're like, okay, Bill Smith, put him down, right? Next, who are in the groups? Who's friends and neighbors? Who's your coworkers? Who do you go to church with? You might be working out at a gym, sports groups, people in classes and clubs. And you might only know one person. That's okay. Write them down, right? Add them all. Just don't discriminate. Later, you're going to figure out how to approach them. So don't stop your brain right now and go, well, what will I say to them? I don't know what they need. No, just get their name on the list right now. But what about your mechanic, your accountant, your banker? What about your dentist or your realtor or your hairstylist? Even your housekeeper knows people, right? You have a relationship with them, and that's going to jumpstart your conversation. As you're thinking further, like parents of your kids' friends, delivery drivers, community members, people you just got introduced to this week, former coworkers, classmates, all these different people, maybe people you were in the military with. Like some people still have high school friends they're still connected to, or college, right? So who sold you your car? Who was your realtor? Just all these little connections because all of those names represent a possibility. I'd like you to think of it that way. They're a possibility. It's a possible customer, a possible preferred brand partner. Maybe they're a referral source that's going to bring you someone. I mean, most of us leaders, a lot of times the leaders in our team are people we didn't even know. We met them through people, right? So look over your names, and now I'd like you to, now you've got them. Who's ambitious? Who's like super friendly and knows everybody? Who's dissatisfied with their job? Who's very motivated, natural leader? Who's somebody that you know is really fussing? They don't have enough time, they don't have enough money, or maybe they got a significant health or financial challenge. And the one I love is who just wants to look and feel younger? Like many of the women I've dealt with are like, I want what she's got, right? So, but here's the challenge, and I'll wrap it up. Most of us really underestimate how simple this step really is. And we think, oh, I don't need to write those names down. We skip it. We might put five or 10 and then we're busy, right? But you're limiting the growth of your business because our currency are names. It's not the patches we have in our pocket, it's the names. So get that list, get that notebook, get it something that can go in your purse or your pocket. Start listing them, carry it around because now, because you've thought through who needs what, now it's time to go on to the next step, which is inviting and knowing what to say. I'm going to pass that to Cam A. Jennings.
Hi, I'm Kim Ed. I want to talk with you about inviting, but first, I want to talk to you about connecting because if you just call a bunch of people and say, hey, I have this product, I want you to take a look at it, it's not really going to get you anywhere. This is a relationship business, and we want to connect with people first. Um, I have a lot of people on my list that I haven't talked to in years, and I'm like, gosh, am I going to call them? And oh, hey, haven't talked to you in forever. I want to reconnect with them. I want to find out how their family is, what they've been doing all this time, what they and their family like to do for recreation, and what their motivation might be. So I'm going to ask a lot of questions to connect with them before I invite. So you want to remember we're inviting, we're educating, and we're not selling and pressuring. So that takes a lot of the burden off because most of us don't want to be sold. We don't want to sell. We are in the business of educating people about this wonderful product and this wonderful company that we have. So you might use some of these examples when you're asking questions. So if you've talked with Mary and Mary has an issue with her health, you might say, Mary, if you had a magic wand and I had a solution for it, would you be willing to hear what it was? I'm sorry, I just messed that up. So if you had a magic wand to change your health or your well-being, would you be interested in taking a look at something? Or you might say, if you had something safe, natural, and effective, or would you be interested in looking? How about their lifestyle or their you're not going to say, are you broke? But you might ask them, is there something you'd like to change about your lifestyle? And if so, would you be willing to take a look at an opportunity? So just make it light and easy. Invite reflection. Invite them to take a look and say, well, maybe. When I was introduced to this, my sponsor she bugged me for 2 months. I didn't want to hear it, but she was persistent because she cared about me. And that's what this is about. It's about caring about people. So when you do invite someone, you want to tell your story. You make it short, make it simple, don't make it lengthy and go into every detail. And, I was dying of pain for 55 years, which I was. Um, you make it simple. I had this issue. I found this product that really changed my life because the issue had affected my life so severely. Then you say, I finally found something that helped, and that's what you tell them how it changed. So you define the issue, you say how it affected you, you tell them that you finally found something that helped, and then transition into, would you be interested in taking a look? And when you're inviting, you keep it light, you make it short and simple. You can say, I've been suffering with an awful lot of pain for 55 years, and I found this product that actually resolved the issue. Would you be interested in looking at it? Or I was on Social Security and was afraid that I wouldn't have enough money to last the rest of my life. So I took an opportunity to take a look at this business. Would you be interested in doing that? Just make it light. And for goodness sake, make it exciting. Don't go in and say, I found this product and well, it really does a lot of good things. You know, if you're excited about something, like if you watched a movie last week and you really loved it, you don't go in with a monotone, you go in with excitement because you care about this person. It's not because you're trying to sell them something, it's because you know that this works and you really care about what happens to your friend. You don't want to pressure, of course. And I like to use the phrase, I don't know if this is right for you, but if I sent over a 2-minute video, would you take a look at it? Then we can make an appointment and discuss it. I don't know if this is right for you, but my friend Bill has a lot of experience with the technology. I'd love to put him on the phone with us so you can hear his story. Would you be interested? That's using your expert and taking the burden off you because we don't have to be the experts. We don't have to tell the whole thing. We don't even have to have our own story. We can share somebody else's story. We just want to get their interest piqued. We want to pique their curiosity. And from there, we walk them through it. So think about inviting a friend to something exciting. Invite them to listen to a short video or a website or have a three-way call, but keep it on a heart level. Keep it out of your brain and keep it on a heart level. Really think about the other person and what they need and what they want, and do your inviting.
That was beautiful, Kame. Thank you so very much. And that was step two in the light system: list, then invite. And the next opportunity we have is to give value. And we've got Dr. Velvet's going to talk about how to give value and take it to the next step.
Yes, thank you, Gregory. I think this is my favorite. And Alicia Osborne did an amazing job when she was talking about giving value. And I noticed in the chat, as the other two were presenting, Kira said, fear of rejection. So when we lead in with giving value, Kira, that's going to help diminish that a whole lot. Let me set a stage for you guys, though, because many of you may be able to relate to this. As an entrepreneur, I had 7 clinics, I owned 2 health food stores, and I even had a gift shop on top of having my farm. But it was very easy for me to see how I was giving people value when I was in a job, so to speak, even though it was my own business, because I knew what my tools were. I knew what I was providing, but I was also relating what I was giving with the time and exchange of my own energy, my own money. So I really loved what Alicia was saying, is that let the tools do the talking. Well, ding, ding, ding. I completely forgot about that. When I came into LifeWave, I felt like it had to be difficult. I felt like I had to overreach when it came to giving somebody value, over explaining, having to explain it all myself, because as a professional, I had just kind of taken that for granted. So let's pull all of this back. Janet was talking about making your list. Well, that's an easy thing of who do you want to give the gift of life to? Health, wealth, energy. And then Kame saying, inviting people, just welcome them to look at it. But here's where the greatest gift comes from for you and for the person that you're working with is sharing the tools. That is the biggest thing. And it's really where I kind of like slipped up when I first began because I'm like, okay, what tools? I don't have stones anymore. I don't have lotion anymore. I don't have supplements anymore, and completely forgot that the patch was one of my tools. So let's review your tools really quick. So your tools are going to be your phone, just your phone. It's going to be an iPad, your computer, and also a tool is your product. And that is going to be your patch. You don't have to lead in with that first, just like Keme was saying. You're providing them with a tool. A tool is a video. A tool is a document. The connection is the computer. And once you realize, wait a minute, all I'm doing is sharing the tools, you can sit back and relax and realize that they are not rejecting you, Kira. You don't even have to worry about what you're saying. You're turning them onto a tool that now does all of the work for you. And one of the other things that Alicia was talking about, and I think that we need to put this in the background of this tool that we're using, is be intentional with those tools. Make the offer, like Kame was saying. And then where are they on that after you've shared that tool? And I love how Alicia said it, 1 to 10. 1, I never want to hear from you again, lose my number, to a 10 of like, I'm really excited. Can you give me more? If we can practice that tool and take the pressure off of us, then more people are going to receive us and more people are going to lean in and say, what are you doing? I love the energy that you have. You seem so relaxed. So that's what I want you guys to take away today. When it's about giving value, it's not all coming from you. It's coming from what has already been duplicated and is working. So there you go, Gregory.
Wow, that was awesome. Thank you so much.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
you know, use the tools. If you're talking, as the old saying goes, you should be pointing to a tool. So, Janet, I'm not sure who's next on helping them enroll. Is that you? Is that me?
We've got Barbara.
Oh, great.
Mary.
Okay. Barbara, where are you? You want to raise your hand so I can, you can just turn your camera on. I don't think you even need to raise your hand. There you go. Hi, Barbara. Thanks for joining us. So
Hi.
step 4 is help them enroll. If you made your list, you started inviting people, you gave value using the tools. Some people are going to say, how do I get started? And that's when the fun really begins.
Oh, we love to hear that. That's for sure. How do I get started? So the fun thing that I just learned from ChatGPT, I looked that up this morning to add to the notes from the boot camp, is that 60 to 85% of sales never happen because the salesperson doesn't ask for the order. So that is the very first thing is to, of course, all the steps that our other leaders have been showing us through. Okay, you're to a certain point, let's ask for the order. That is, instead of what do you think or what do you want to do next? You're the one that needs to stay in control of that situation. And a very, very simple thing is let's get you started. Also, you want to keep in mind who they are. Kind of going back to what Kame was saying, it's always about them. And to what Gregory was saying when we first started, what is their why? Because if their why is a big enough why, they may want to be a brand partner. If they only want results for themselves, it may be simple as being the basic PC customer. So keep in mind what it's always about them. We don't care. This is our service to them is finding out the best fit for them. Another thing I would like to suggest is keep in mind the word options. I love the word options because you don't have to say, well, we can sell you this, we can sell you that. These are your options. It puts them totally in control. Is it better for you to be a customer? Is it better for you to be a brand partner? Are you already thinking about sharing with people? Is it important to make money? Is it just that you want to help Aunt Mary get over her pain? So if you fish around with questions about them, you can show them the different options. And one of the things that I love, love, love that you guys have done is this order form. And I want to call everybody's attention to the Live Younger Success website because we have 3 of these order forms now. And one is a combined order form for customer and brand partner. And so if you don't know, it's all on there and you can just mark up the pieces that you need. And then the other one is for customers, the other one is for brand partners. But what you can do with these, if there's so many times we're talking to somebody and they're ready to make a commitment, but maybe we don't have a computer handy. Maybe we don't have time. And somebody can fill this out in 5 minutes. I've used this at vendor events. It's also great in a meeting situation where you have maybe 12 or 15 people that all want to enroll, and you don't have time to sit there and do that and make them wait. All they need to do is fill this out. Pardon me. And the other thing I love about this is on this one, this is the preferred customer one. On this one, it's so visual. The basic preferred customer is going to get 4 samples during the year, free patches 4 different times during the year to sample some of our other patches. And this is what the PC Plus is getting. And so it's very visual. You can sit there and explain it to people. And the other thing I love about this is I carry these in my purse. And so you can totally do it on the fly. And the other thing is that I've used these also just as an information sheet. You're talking to somebody, I mean, it could be somebody at the grocery store who expresses interest. You pull it out, and they don't have to put in their credit card number or anything, but they can put in their contact information, and then you have that. It's never going to get lost. And then the last thing I do with these, and this is just my system, and I'm way behind the times with some things. I don't have everything online. I make a folder of these. So if it becomes a new PC, it goes in a PC folder. If it's a new brand partner, it goes in a brand partner. And I always have their password and login information on it. So anyway, I just highly recommend that all of you go check these out on the Live Younger Success website. And so it is, to me, the enrollment process, I think, is really pretty simple in the sense that it is finding out what do they want. We pretty much assume everybody wants wholesale, not retail. There could be a few retail situations, but typically it's always going to be wholesale. What do they want? Are they going to share? Well, if they're going to share, then it's either a PC plus or a brand partner. Is it important for them to earn money? In that case, obviously, it's a brand partner. Is it that they're having trouble paying for their order? well, then they might want to look at PC Plus and bring in some friends and get a discount on their order. So if you ask the right questions,
Mm.
you can make the enrollment process really pretty simple. And then there are actually 4 different ways to enroll. You can do it yourself with them on a computer. You can have them fill this out and input this yourself. And by the way, these are also a very, very good format for practitioners, hairdressers, etc., who don't have any time. Just fill this out. I'll have my front desk person put you in. Um, and then liveyounger.com. Robin and Gregory have provided us this amazing website, which does our marketing and ties to our back office. And it is honestly the very simplest place for people to enroll if they're going to do it on their own. And then the other way, you can always rely on customer service, do a 3-way call with your new person on the line with you and call into customer service. So but you don't want to let it go. If somebody's ready, be bold enough to ask for the order and let's get you started.
Oh my gosh, that was beautiful, Barbara. I learned listening to you. Your order of progression, presenting things to a prospect is beautiful and helps them make the right choice, the choice that's right for them. That's our job. Give them enough information to make a decision that's right for them. And everybody should follow your lead on that. That's for sure. Thank you. So I think the next step in the light system is track your progress. And Janet's going to come in and show us all how to track her and show us some of the ways. There's many ways to track progress, and there's going to be more coming, but we're going to turn it over to you, Janet. Janet, go ahead.
Well, thank you. And it's been a great conversation. I think you guys are getting a lot of value through these steps from all the presenters. But I just want to make comment before we talk tracking. Didn't you find that form just helped you know how to close them, help to ask them to get started? Because they can look at that form and go, oh, okay. So all these tools are here for us, you guys. Before I go on, I really want to thank Robin and Gregory. They do so much work for us. These tools are here because of Robin and Gregory, to be honest. And I can't just thank you enough, you guys. We are this successful because of all your hard work. Okay, so you've now asked them, and they're like, okay, I want to join in this package. So one of the follow-up steps is you got to track what you did. And so that form helps you track because many times I've gone back and got, oh goodness, what did they order? And I've got it. But from your list where we started at the beginning, you can have a section that you're tracking. Oh, I called them on Saturday. They're excited, but they said they want to talk to their husband. Get back with them on Monday. You're tracking your follow-up. Okay, I've emailed them 3 times and they're ghosting me. Okay. Doesn't mean they don't want you. It could be that they're busy, but you're tracking the comments and what you've done. And I don't remember the woman's name on stage Saturday, but it was pretty funny. She goes, yeah, I got so excited and I reached out to my friend and I told her all about this. And then the next week I called her up and I got so excited and I told her all about this. And she goes, you told me about that last week. And she goes, I didn't write it down. She goes, I totally forgot, right? So let's track what you've been doing so you can catch yourself. And many times I've gotten callbacks from people that I'm thinking, ooh, that name's familiar, but I don't remember when I talked to them. Because sometimes people 6 months later, they're like, okay, I'm ready. Let's get started. So then I can jump back in my list and go, oh, great. We talked over Thanksgiving holiday. You said this was going on. Is still that the case? So that's one part of tracking. So you've got that. Another part of tracking I trained in January at the corporate event. In your back office, all those little circles in your back office are your tracking tools, you guys. Do you know when you click on that first circle that says PV, those are your personal volume points. And when you click that little circle, guess what? it opens up to the list of all your preferred customers and how many points there are. So if you're trying to get that preferred customer bonus, the extra 5%, 10, and 20%, it's telling you, oh, you've got 259 points. Well, the first step of getting that bonus is 300 points. You go, oh, I just need to get in another 41 points. Okay. It's going to tell you, oh, 1,200 points, I'm up to the 20% bonus. Click that little button. It's going to tell you things. Your next button over is your quantified downline volume. That's all the points your brand partner and you left and right. And you can go, okay, my left team's a little low, so and so, I need to talk to them. It's tracking for you guys. You're not flying blind like we used to before the new comp plan. So you can go in and see where you need to work. As you progress to 2-star manager, 3-star manager, 1-star director, you get more circles and they're going to tell you more things. They're going to tell you, is your right and left team balanced? That's a circle that will appear. You may not see it yet. And you can go, oh, my right team is balanced and it's hit the 1,000 points, but my other team needs 217. This is how you're tracking your progress. Also, if you have a new brand partner that's in their 9-week bonus, they have a tracker in their back office that goes, okay, Kathy's in week 2 of week 9. And you can see she only needs 13 points to hit 1-star manager and get the bonus. So please go into your back office. Please go into your brand partner's back office with them. See what's being tracked. And you can say, hey, Kathy, did you know you're even in this new bonus period? Probably not. She doesn't know what it means. And you can start saying, hey, let's start sharing with your list. Let's start inviting. Let's start sharing the tools, the Meet X39 video, whatever tool you want, Doc Talk, whatever. If we get you to 1-star manager, you're going to earn this bonus. Our job is to be the wind under their wings, and now we have the tracking tools, you guys. So I please take time to track. Please take time to go in and look in their back office. Go look at yours. And if you don't know what they mean, let's get you with your upline, get with customer service. We want you to know that that's your scorecard. How am I doing? Some people, I'll call them up. I'll go, do you know you're only 200 points away from being a 3-star manager? And they're like, what's 3-star manager? So 3-star manager opens up the level earning bonus, bonus number 5. You want to get to 3-star manager. And as you build your binary team balance, that opens up bonus number 6. So if you're tracking those circles, it's going to help you get there. And as we know, the water machine is going to bounce you real high, right? And that 2,000 points really fun to get. So I hope we've explained the light system. It's a wonderful tool. It's here to help you teach your people it. So thank you, Gregory.
And hang on, stay there with me, Janet, because I think we're going to wrap this call up to give everybody a chance to get their order placed in 22 minutes because the timeline is going. And I don't know if you have any recommendations. Just that I think at the top of the hour, it appears in your shopping cart and you can place an order. Is that correct?
Yes, some of my team have said they were on it. They were back there where you go into your store, go into water machine tab, go in there like you're going to order it, and it's waiting. And then they were there at like, if it was 10 a.m. in the morning, they were there at 10. And then they clicked it and it didn't work. They clicked it again. They kept clicking it till they got it. It's sort of like you're in the lottery. But
And let me make this suggestion for everyone.
Yeah, go
To
ahead,
call
Robin.
your bank ahead of time. What? I'm muted?
no,
No,
hear
you're
me?
go ahead.
Robin.
Go ahead. You're
Yeah.
great. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, to call your bank ahead of time. This is a larger purchase than a lot of people are used to making, and let them know, tell the credit card company that to approve a purchase of over $5,500 from LifeWave, because you don't want them to get stuck because they get declined because the credit card company thinks it's fraudulent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So doing that ahead, like right now, is the time to do that.
Yeah. Get
Yeah.
on now. So you're like, oh no, the bank stopped it. Yeah. That's true.
Cool. Any other hot tips on getting an order placed before we close out this call from anyone? Okay, well, I guess we'll call it a wrap.
Gregory,
Um,
Camay's got her hand up.
Oh, go ahead, Camille, please. And I think Dr. Latrice, you got your hand up.
I just wanted to ask a question about PayPal. The someone's asking me about financing, and I'm don't know if that's available as soon as they order or not.
Yes, it is. Can anybody elaborate on that for me?
It's under
I
the buy
can.
now, pay later.
Okay.
Yeah, when it comes time to make the purchase, that'll show up, the buy now, pay later. And it's an instant approval, depending on your, you have an option of how many months you want your pay later to be. And depending on your instant credit check, it will determine the interest rate.
Mhm.
But it is an instant approval or decline.
Thank
Good.
you.
Dr. Latrice.
Thank you so much. This was such a great training. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
everyone. When Barbara mentioned the order form, she took me back to 1985 when I 84 and 85 when I was selling World Book Encyclopedia, and they told us the first thing you do when you go in the home is you put the order form on the table. They were masterful at that. In other words, I'm assuming up front you're going to place an order, and until you all put those order forms in the back in our office, I was like, I don't have anything. I wish I had. And here I already downloaded them, printed them out, and I'm like, finally, I have something. But that is such a psychological thing to do. You're talking, we used to do it even at home parties, have for Tupperware. You have them on a clipboard. You have that order form ready for people to buy. Yes, I sold Tupperware too back in the 1970s. So yes. I'm an old broad. But yes, so thank you, Barbara, for mentioning that in the training. And everything was just amazing. I just wanted to comment on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right.
I want
Tricia.
to add
Go
to
ahead,
what
Robin.
Dr. Latrice
Yeah.
just said.
Yeah.
When people have a form in front of them, they don't like to see empty spaces. It's a psychological thing where people want to fill it out. So it's really great. Thank you for bringing that up, Dr. Latrice.
Yeah. There's a whole segment of the direct sales industry is the home party plan program. And most of them, just like you said, they hand out the order forms when you walk in the door or very close to it. So while the presentation's going on, they can be checking, oh, yeah, I want one of those. Oh, that sounds good too. Now, we're a little different model because, get it on the table. That's great. Hey, Tricia.
Hi. One of my people is on the waiting list,
Yes.
but she said she hasn't gotten an email yet. So does that mean hers won't show up in the back office?
No, it will. It shows up for everybody. Hot tip,
Oh,
secret. There's no preference. Beyond a waiting list, they get an email, but anybody that's on the phone in, 15, 17 minutes is going to get first shot at placing an order, whether they've been on the waiting list or not.
oh, good to know. Thank you so
How
much.
about, how about that?
Gregory, is
Yes.
that on the phone or in the back office?
It's in the back office.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you try and get it through the phone. You may get delayed. They might be sold out before the call goes through. I'm just warning you on that.
Yeah,
Janet.
I've had all my brand partners get in the back office.
Okay, good. That's the way that
Yeah.
I recommend. Mhm.
Sorry for the interruption.
No, that's no interruption. Good question. Relevant to the moments that we have here. Hey, Janet.
Hi, I just want to make sure everybody knows that's waiting to order. So when I went on last week, right at 12 o'clock Eastern, it said, put your name on a waiting list. I refreshed. You have to refresh it every time. Then I went in again and it said the same thing. Refreshed it the third time. So at 12:03 is when I actually got to place the order. So make sure you're refreshing the link so that it'll not just keep giving you, put
Excellent.
your email in. Yeah, just a tip.
Important. Thanks, Janet. Hey, Stacy.
Hi. So I'm just listening to Janet. So I've done that also. So right now there's no place for me to actually put it in the cart. Is that because it hasn't been opened yet?
Yeah, the
Anybody can
waiting
answer
list
that?
is still present. It's not live yet.
Okay, so I have to wait for that. Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to be live until 12 o'clock.
Okay. Thank
Eastern.
I
you.
call it VIP.
Eastern. Yeah, 12 o'clock Eastern.
Thank you.
Okay. Michelle. Oh, you put your hand
I'm
down.
here. I didn't mean to do that. I was
Okay.
the phone is just a pain trying to
Yeah,
unmute.
it's different on the phone. Yeah.
So one of my brand partners who's on the line, but I'm asking for her, Glenda, she ordered and she was put on a wait list. And when all of the conference attendees to Anaheim, we were told that we would have like first dibs. So
Right.
Glenda was asking me, so can one of you respond to that?
Yeah, I'll respond to that. Just I'm sorry that they couldn't figure out how to effectively manage that, and they thought they had enough product that everyone would be able to order. They didn't realize how fast they were going to burn through the product they had. So I wish it would have done it differently, but everybody just needs to get on the waiting list, and everybody needs to get on their back office at a couple of minutes before the hour and be clicking right up to the point where it appears and place your order.
Good point. Because I was thinking the
Yeah.
same thing, Gregory. How could the company keep track of who was at the conference?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I guess it was. Yeah, they thought they didn't realize the massive reception this product's getting.
Exactly. Okay, thank you.
Sure. Okay. Well, I think we should bring this to a wrap because the 13 minutes and counting, be interesting to see how fast they sell out today. And I guess this is a kind of a weekly process, but and I hope that each week there's going to be more and more product made available. So thanks everyone who contributed, everyone that was at boot camp, and everyone that wasn't, you wish you were because it was a fabulous boot camp. The next one is in June in Irvine, California, I think on the June 25th, 26th, the Friday, Saturday. So consider that being there with us. Okay, so I guess everyone could unmute yourself and say your farewell, and we'll bring this call to a wrap.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody. Great
everyone.
training.
Thank you. Have a
Ladies,
great day.
awesome.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Nicole.
training.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Everybody.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Great
Thank you so
call. Thanks
much.
so much.
Had a good X39 day.
Thank you.
Happy to be back.
Bye,
Synergy.
Linda.
Everyone.